Hello everyone. Will be the lecture 1 of the mathematical technique for engineering. We will start by unit 2. In unit 2 lecture 1 you will study about the matrices, an introduction of the matrices, definition and the basic of matrices. First, the definition of matrices. It is a matrix. Matrix, it is a singular, we call the matrix. Okay, if it is a plural, we called matrices. And matrix is a rectangular array of a number. That means it is a rectangular shape. In a rectangular shape, you see it. It is a rectangular shape. Okay, and the pair of the matrix is square pair. Okay, if you see the shape of the pair or the bracket, it is a square bracket. To know about the matrix, you have, if you want to write a matrix, you have to write it in the square brackets. And also the letter of the matrix, when you want to define the matrix, you have to use the capital letter. Okay, and this one, like for example here, -1, 2, 0, it is called the row, and -1, 8, 0 is called the column. That's mean here we have a column matrix, and this one it is called a row matrix. Okay, that's mean this is for a row, for a column, and this horizontal line it is for row. Vertical line it will be for columns. Okay, now the size of a matrix. How we will find the size of a matrix? If you have here how many rows we have. First we have to count how many rows. We have 1, 2, 3. That's mean it is 3 by 3. How many columns? 3. That's mean M it is counted for number of rows, and N it is counted for the number of columns. Like for example here, how many columns we have, how many rows we have? We have 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay, in general form you can write this matrix. Will be the general form of a writing matrix, where A it is the element, and here you have 1, 1. That's mean it is in the first row and first column. A 1, 2 it is in the first row, second column. A 1, 3 in the first row, third column. That's mean the place. Like for example, if you have any element, you have to know the place of that element. It is in the first row, third column. If you, for example, want this element, it is in the second row, second columns. And will be the general form of the matrix, where M it is the number of a row and N it is the number of a column. Okay, like for example here you have the practice. What is A1, 1? For example, this is A. Like for a matrix, we do not, when we want to define the matrix, we use the capital letter, but for the element we will use the small letter. Like here, now I want A1, 1. That means it is a matrix A1, 1 in the first place, in the first column, first row, first column. That means it's equal to 1. Okay, now for example, I want B2, 2. It is in the first row, in the second row, second column. That means it's equal to 2. C2, 3. Where is C2, 3? C2, 2, that means it is on the second column. Okay, in which row? There will be in the second row and third column, it will be -1. Okay, now he asks you also to write the general form of a matrix C multiplied by B. How you will write it in the general form? This will be the general form, how you will write it. Okay, now you have here the type of a matrix. We have a row matrix, that the matrix it has only one row. If it is have only one row, that's mean it's called row matrix. But if it is have only one column, if it is has only one column, we call the column matrix. That's mean the row number of a row it is 1, and here the number of a column is equal to 1. And zero matrix, each element inside the matrix, okay, it is 0. We call the zero matrix. Rectangular matrix, that means the shape of this matrix is rectangular. Okay, we call this rectangular matrix. That's the number of a row, it is not equal to number of a column. If you see here 3, 2, it is not equal. If it is equal, we call the square matrix. If it is equal, we call square matrix. That means the square matrix, the number of a row is equal to number of a column. Here it is called the square matrix. Now a diagonal matrix. What is the meaning of diagonal matrix? If you see here in the diagonal, there is element which is not equal to 0, but up of that element and down of this element is equal to 0. We call a diagonal matrix. Okay, this is called the diagonal matrix. And also you have a scalar matrix. The scalar matrix, it is all the diagonal, it is equal to what? The same number. Like for example 888, 222, 333. And also it should be a square matrix. For a diagonal, if you want to find the diagonal, first it should be a square matrix, and the element it will be on the diagonal not equal to 0. Okay, here the identity matrix. For the identity matrix, it's called the unit matrix. The diagonal, it is first, it should be square matrix, okay, and the diagonal is equal to 1. When the diagonal is equal to all the element in the diagonal equal to 1, we called identity. The diagonal equal to 1 is we called identity. Now equal the matrix. What the meaning of matrix is equal? First, it should be have the same size. If it is had the same size and each element in the first row and the first column is equal to the second matrix in the first row and first column. For example, here 7 and this 7, 2, 2, 6, 6, minus 1, minus 1. We call this is equal matrix. But otherwise, it is not. Like for example, if here 7, but here it is 8, it is not equal. Even though the size is equal, it is not equal. That means it must be equal matrix. The size is equal and each element inside it should be equal. Okay, we call this is an equal matrix. Here you have a practice. For example, we want to find the value of x and y. Okay, this will be about the matrices. And lecture 1.